Okay, we're on the air.
Hello, everybody. This is Spiritual Neighborhood. Welcome to the Lunch Bunch at the Spiritual Neighborhood. The Spiritual Neighborhood is a grassroots community project of the Council of Families for Children, dedicated to the quality of life for the body, mind, and spirit, for the integration of a happy, healthy human. And today we have Stacy. Now, Stacy, you've been on before, and but Deborah, you know more about Stacy, so I'm going to let you introduce her.
Stacy is Sunny Wrocklage, the rock lady. She is a rock. She is a nut, but you can always count on her. She's steadfast. She's always a woman of her word, and she's always on time. I love that. I love people on time. She's a very gifted woman. She's one of the people that got me involved in being out with my spiritual gifts. She dragged me kicking and screaming into this world, pretty much. And I just love the way she uses her gifts because she's very artistic as well. She's a mother, she's a reader, she's an artist, she's a jewelry maker. And I consider her to be one of my best friends, and I just think she's awesome. So take it away.
Welcome, Stacy.
Wow, thank you for having me again. Yay! I'm so happy to be here with you guys today. And Deb, the sentiment is absolutely returned. Deb is definitely one of my best friends. I can tell her anything, and I do, and she listens to it no matter what. So
I bitch at you too, don't I? I bitch at you too, and I'm like, oh, come on, you can do better than that. So I don't want you to get away with crap.
Well, today I wanted to do some rock readings for folks. You know, I am a fill-in guest, so I had to kind of think of something quick, and I know that you know, readings are something that people love to do, and I do something that's a little bit different. One of the things that I am beginning to promote, I've always been into rocks. I'm a rock hound, a geologist. You know, you know, I don't have a degree in geology or anything, but I'm an amateur geologist, and I love rocks. And I also love what they can do for a person spiritually, how they can open someone up, how they can ground people and calm them. You'll often see people don't even think about it. You know, they have something around their neck and they'll grab onto it, and maybe they're in a social situation that they're not quite comfortable with, and they're just holding on to this stone on around their neck. And it's giving them strength, and it's a subconscious thing. I think that everyone has done it at some point. People also fiddle with their rings. They're touching those stones and gaining strength from them, and it's something I think that we do naturally. It's part of human nature to do it. So I'm really interested in amplifying that and learning more about that and why we do that. So. Anyway, rock readings today. And who wants to go first?
Well, before you start, I want you to start with Betty, but tell them what exactly are you doing with the rock reading? Explain the process.
Okay. Oh, it's really simple. So here, I'm going to move you guys around a little bit. I've got
cleavage shot.
Whoa, I have a little group of rocks. And I'm going to get whoever is doing the reading to pick 3. They'll pick one and then choose a favorite out of those 3. This gives me a kind of an idea about your personality. It tells me a little bit about what kind of struggles you're having right now. It's the same as any other kind of reading. It's a little bit of information about who you are at this moment and what it is that ultimately you are attracted to or trying to manifest in your life. So, you know, some people will pick something. I'm not going to give away what all these rocks mean until we do some of these readings, but they all have very specific and very different meanings and ideas behind them, and they carry different energies. Some are very similar in their energies. One I had to stick up here that was already wrapped, but there's a piece of my jewelry. And They'll help they'll help me learn a little bit about you so that we can figure out what it is that you need to have around your neck.
Okay, Sonny, why don't you go around real slow with your camera, and maybe just do a fourth and a fourth and a fourth and a fourth. And Betty, take a look, and when you see something you like, holler at her and say, that's what I want. So get in a little bit closer, hon.
Okay. This is a trick. So, am I going slow enough?
Yeah.
Pick that one.
Which one,
Which
hon?
one?
The black one. Is that a hematite?
That is an obsidian.
Obsidian? Okay.
Gideon. Ooh.
Say something so that I can get the bigger view, the speaker view.
Okay. I need 2 more, Betty.
It's hard to see.
Okay.
Go in closer to like 3 at a time.
Okay.
Well, we'll do anything once, won't we?
Yes.
All right, move down because you're cutting them off. Move down. There you go.
Okay.
What is that one on the center?
This one,
Yes, what is that one?
that is Galena.
Galena, like Galina?
Galena.
Okay.
Do you
Is
like
that-
that one?
Yep, that's number 2.
Okay.
Pretty.
A little bit of a theme here with you.
Okay, what is this one right there on the right that was next to the Galena?
With the
This guy?
stripe.
The one to the other side. To
This
the
one?
but to your left.
Go down and across.
This
Up
one?
Yeah, that one. Is that the one you wanted?
Yeah, what is that?
That's an agate.
Let's go with that one.
Cool. Good choices.
Okay. Well, that wasn't too bad. That was okay. I didn't know how we were going to do this. But thank you, Betty, for being. Now, we're going to talk about these 3 stones. Do you have a preference, Betty, on any of them? Like, which one is your favorite stone?
Right now, I'm attracted to the Galena.
Mm,
I don't know why. Yeah.
it's beautiful.
That's a really interesting thing that you're saying right now. Like, just from the very little that I know about you, yeah, I think I love that you picked this stone. But we're going to talk about the 2 that you liked, but you didn't quite pick first. Okay. So obsidian is all about protection. It's about grounding. It is one of these great stones that helps repel negative energy. So right now in your life, you might feel like you need to repel negativity. You may be, even though we just came out of quarantine, you may be finding yourself kind of wanting to go back into quarantine a little bit and stay away from people because you need that grounding right now. So this is what this stone is about, especially for you in particular. So I put this one in here. This was, this is my vagina stone. So it's an agate. It's a regular agate, and but obviously, it definitely has a lot of feminine features. You may be experiencing some kind of.
Fondling it. Stop fondling it.
Oh my God, no. But it definitely is about wanting to connect more to your femininity. And it may indicate that you might be having some problems, really expressing yourself in a feminine way. You need to be heard right now, and you're not feeling like you're being heard. So this would help with that being heard.
Cool. Cool.
Okay. So Galena is it's not something you see all the time. You're not going to walk into any, tourist shop and find it. It's very heavy. It's a very heavy stone. This is a special stone now. This is a stone that is specifically for people that are trying to open up and become light workers. And do not take my word for this, Betty. Go ahead and look it up. It's not, you know, I'm not like, you know, pulling this out of the air. I know that you're right now kind of struggling with your gifts and finding where it is that you belong and what, you know, where, you know, what exactly all of your gifts are. So a lot of times, people that are light workers that are specifically interested in holistic medicine, herbal medicine, and growing things, they will choose galena as their stone to help strengthen that connection. It will bring the ethereal world and the physical world together. It acts as a link.
Okay.
It's a very powerful stone. And I don't suggest it for most people because it opens doorways.
Ooh.
So,
Ooh.
Ooh,
Cool.
ooh. So
And-
I'm getting one when we hang up. We're all going to go to eBay. We're going to get one right now.
We're looking it up right now. Actually, we're looking it up. We're getting
I
ready.
love it.
Go look at some galena. Galena is some powerful stuff when it comes to being a holistic healer. And, you know, I always say lapis is a great starter stone when it
Yeah.
comes to
I've
becoming a
carried
healer.
lapis with me all the time.
Galena is for when you graduate. I like it. Or when you're ready to graduate. And
Really?
so it
Wow.
looks like Betty over there is definitely trying to get in connection with her guides right now. You know, and just because I feel like everybody comes to a read, you know, I get to do a reading with people, so I tell people what I see. You know, you have 4 guides. You don't just have, you know, 1 or 2. There's 4 that are there for you, Betty, that are kind of pulling you. There's one that's very vocal, is always talking all the time. And I can't, you know, it's not that 3, I believe, are angels, and 1, I believe, is an ancestor. And it seems like that ancestor is the one that is pulling you and talking to you and trying to communicate. And you're really trying to listen to right now. Like that is, you've opened yourself up and said, you know what, I'm not really sure what I'm doing here. I am ready to learn. I'm ready to accept whatever my mission is. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, I don't know. Betty, do you tell people your birth name?
Not very often.
Okay, so I won't tell people your birth name, but let me tell you, her birth name resonates everything you just said historically, everything. So I am very, very impressed, and I think it's right on just on the little that I know about Betty. So well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Wow. That is awesome.
It is.
All right. Gail,
Who's next?
you need to see them again, Gail?
I'm sorry.
You need to see all of them again, or do you have a pretty good idea yet?
I didn't get a good look at the bigger ones. I
Okay.
saw the
Okay.
ones.
I'm just gonna pull them up. So this is Druzy right here, and it's very sparkly, but I don't feel like it's getting the sparkle that it deserves on camera. And this one has got all kinds of things in
Is
it.
that an apophyllite? It looks like
No. So this is a piece
That's
of
what I-
granite with quartz inclusion and mica.
That's going to be
Oh,
my number
Micah.
1 right there. That one right there.
So that's one for you.
Mm-hmm. That second one you just showed.
Then we've got a little bit of petrified wood.
Nope.
Now, why would you include that in your selection, just out of curiosity?
Petrified wood?
Yeah, because most people don't think of that as a stone.
It
in-
is.
Yeah, I know, but they don't. You know, that's not one that just pops to mind for most people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
So,
petrified wood is, first of all, it's absolutely a rock. It, you know, is a fossilized piece of tree.
right.
You know, everything here is made from something in the earth. And, plants. A lot of our stones are made from just plant matter that's been
Yeah.
fossilized.
Right.
So, I guess I don't really see any difference in.
But, if I were going to pick out an engagement ring, petrified wood is not on my list of stones. That was my point,
Oh.
Just kind of making a casual observation here.
Definitely is. And we've got this guy.
Pretty.
That is snowflake obsidian.
Mm-hmm.
You had
And
a blue one. Now that's an opal, isn't it? Or no?
No. This is just, this is a lace agate.
Oh, yeah, the blue lace agate. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that one. I like the blue.
Mm-hmm. And then here, of course, is the lapis. So, whoops.
Okay, that's the good one.
It's alive. It's alive.
I'll take that one. Blues
It's
are
a
my
good-
colors, as you can see. I wear a lot of
Yeah.
blues. So those are good for me.
Which one was your favorite?
The first one.
The first one? Okay. Before I thought about you guys when I put this spread out, and I certainly picked this one for you. And I thought maybe this one for you. But this is, I'm overjoyed that you've chosen this stone. This is a stone that, first of all, has 3 different kinds of rocks in it. It's the granite, which it is all about strength. It's quiet strength, though. It's overlooked sometimes. It will sit in the background and wait until it's needed. It's a warrior spirit that will not be loud until it needs to be, and it's got to take a lot for you to want yourself to be seen. Mica is a stone of humility. It's not really a stone. It's more of a I don't know. It's a mineral. It's got a really low what do you call it? It's very easy to break, but it's considered a very humble stone. But it's got as much power as a quartz crystal. And we all know that quartz crystal is probably one of the most versatile crystal rocks that there is. You can channel all kinds of different energy. The mica is the same. And of course, there is quartz inclusion in here. So this is all about striving to become a more spiritual person, you look for the little things. You'll look for the unseen. Hang on one minute. What can I do for you, dear? Oh, goodness. Okay. Go and get some cortisone cream from Lee. Okay. So I just got back from vacation. That was one of my little ones. She's got a little rash.
Heat rash because the heat came on so fast.
Yes, she does. So, thank you guys. So this kind of reminds me of you, Gail, to be honest. You're somebody that is very humble. You will tend to be in the background, but still incredibly powerful and waiting for when your power is needed. You tend to conserve your energy so that you can do what's needed when it's really needed, when it's really necessary. Now, this rock right here is about communication. This is about helping you with communication. Blue lace agate is about making connections, and it opens up your throat chakra. It's all about learning how to speak and be heard, which I know Gail is kind of the quietest of you 3 ladies. And she definitely needs a stone.
Are you telling her she needs a stone to throw at us? Is that what you just said?
Well, that will work too. If like it doesn't help around her neck to open her throat chakra, she can throw it at you.
I'm getting a helmet.
I'm gonna duck.
I won't throw.
Well, if it quacks like a duck.
Okay.
And then, of course, the last one is the lapis, and that one is that's a special stone just for healers and light workers, which Gail definitely is. It enhances those powers. It makes you more aware of them, and it helps you transmit the power to the people that you're trying to heal and touch.
Wow. Awesome. Thank you very
Very
much.
good.
Wow,
Very good.
that is awesome.
I love this. I love
This is fabulous. This is fabulous.
Now make me a bracelet with all of those.
Huh?
I said, now make me a bracelet with all of those.
I was looking at this. I can't really make a necklace. I could make a necklace. She could be like the.
Oh, it'd be heavy.
Warrior
I
princess,
walk around like
Amazon.
This could, you could swing it around and hit people over the head with it.
Don't give her ideas. Don't give her ideas.
It is also double as a weapon.
You're gonna need a heavy duty chain for that one. Thank you, Stacy. That was
Oh, you know what? Oh, you know what? That's a whole new line of jewelry. You could do holistic gangster jewelry. You know?
Oh, totally. I can see that.
Absolutely. We are the
It could happen.
We are the heavyweights of the healers. We carry our rocks with us.
Genies right here.
Holistic toolbox. Holistic toolbox.
We're on to something.
It
Hold on to
works.
that idea. Hold on to that idea. We're on to something. So,
Okay. Okay.
all right, Elizabeth's next.
Okay, Elizabeth. Is there any rocks you want to look at again?
No, but I tell you what I'd like to do. I want to try something different.
Okay.
I'd like you to take your left hand and just place it on the first three. And those are it.
Okay. Haha. Oh. Okay.
You're in
Okay.
trouble.
I love that. I like that, Elizabeth. Okay, so you got the vagina stone.
Especially if you're going to do it on a Zoom. If you're going to do, oh, Jesus. If you're doing it on a Zoom thing, it gives you an opportunity to just, okay. Yeah. Okay. I see it.
So this is, I'm going to show you your three. I want you to know to kind of choose which one. And you pick two kinds of obsidian.
Oh, wow, Elizabeth.
Yes, that makes sense.
It really
That makes
does.
sense. Snowflake and, yeah,
Do you have
that makes sense to me.
do you have one that you prefer, that you feel
The
more
vagina
drawn to?
stone. She prefers the vagina stone.
Oh, hush, hush.
She may.
Probably no, what's the far one? What's the darker of all three? What is that
This
one?
is obsidian.
Yeah.
I would say that.
Okay. It matters that it's spherical as well.
Right.
Whew. And I rub them a lot because I feel the energy, and that's also one of the things that helps plug me in, so I can read all these different people. So let's start with this, and I can definitely see that you are connecting with women purposefully right now in your life. You've
Right.
started this lunch bunch with two very strong women. You are inviting women. You're making connections, and it's something you're doing on purpose. One of the things, you hold a lot of masculine energy. You're someone that is it's very strong-willed, that a lot of time people will identify that as masculine, yet you're trying to change that perception and make it into a feminine energy.
Right.
And you're honoring it as this femininity. So
Right.
okay, I'm going to ask you some personal questions right now.
Okay, go ahead.
Are you having trouble? Like, are you having some kind of pain in your boob recently?
No.
Okay, because like it's like soreness, and it could just be muscular, but it's like that is part of, and it might be something that is about to occur. But, and I always suggest whenever.
Well, we actually talked about that yesterday. We were talking about doing the yoga stuff,
Uh-huh.
and I recognized I had tension coming from here all the way under, and it goes around because I use the mouse so much.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so it was literally right. It was settled all up in here and down around through like the boob area.
Gotcha.
So I need to pull back a lot, and I'm not.
And work on, I guess, that's one thing.
Sitting better.
Yeah, the yoga does help me with is my posture, because I can be really slouchy sometimes, and that really.
Me too. Me too. Yeah.
Yeah. So the next one, of course, is our snowflake obsidian, and I like to talk about how this was formed. So this is a really interesting rock. If anyone has ever had, an opportunity to touch one of these guys and look at it really good, it's a black rock with little blue and white snowflakes, and that's from actual explosions. This is a piece of obsidian, is actually a piece of glass that a volcano made, and
No way.
so yes, right?
Yeah.
So this is what happens when you heat sand up really, really, through an explosion. And these little formations get made inside of the black glass.
Wow.
Well, with any obsidian, you're really talking about strength under pressure. You're talking, anyone that chooses that stone is looking for strength. They're also looking for the ability to lead. So right now, you're in a phase in your life, Elizabeth, where you've chosen the obsidian, especially the spherical one, which means something. This is about coming into your power and becoming the leader that you're supposed to be. You, up until this point, feel like you've been floundering in the direction of your life, like you didn't know for sure what you knew that this was who you were. However, you didn't know which way you were supposed to go. So your evolution is sort of is coming to a culmination right now at this moment as you choose the obsidian sphere. One of the things that I want to suggest to you, and you know it already, so I'm really hopefully just giving you information that you already have. It's very important that you ground often, daily. You spend a lot of energy protecting your energy, protecting your aura, so that you can do the work that you're supposed to do, because you're about to go to big work. It's not, you're going to get busy, honey.
Second confirmation.
I just want to go, wow, 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 wow.
Second
Yeah.
confirmation. We're waiting for the third now.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going to get.
That's wow.
But you got this.
That is wild.
You got this, man. You got it.
Okay.
Yeah, she's heard this before.
Okay.
Okay. Well, she knew it
Yeah. Okay.
already. I never tell anybody anything new.
Yes, you do. Yes, you
Wow.
do. I got a
This
question.
is fantastic. You need to do this on a full-time basis, especially online. Oh my God, this is awesome.
I love it. I love it. I got a question about obsidian. I can't wear it. I cannot wear obsidian. When I wear it, it chips.
Honey bun, here's why.
Why?
You already have such, and let's call a duck, you already have a very aggressive nature. You're already a super dominant. You don't need any damn obsidian to help you along with this. That is, you would get, your energy would just get in a fight with the obsidian's energy. It's not, it's not going to work for you. That's not your stone that carries you to the next space. It doesn't help you evolve. You need something that will tone you down and make you more introspective in order to let out to let things out and let things go as they should be. So it's not, it's,
It
yeah,
doesn't
this is
just shatters.
oh,
It just shatters. It's just so upset. I love it. I think it's beautiful.
you get into a fight with it. Your energy gets into a fight with the shit.
Well, I obviously win then. I obviously win because
Of
it
course.
shatters.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
that makes sense
do
though. It
the
does.
lady in a favor and keep it off of your neck. Like,
Oh no, I had a pair of earrings once and it shattered so bad it cut my neck.
oh
I mean,
wow, see, you got into a fight with it. Like it's not,
yeah.
Yeah,
And so
ooh, it's
thank you.
it's that kind of not every stone is for everyone, you
That's
know.
right.
We all have
Right.
different things that we need and that will strengthen us in different places and points in our life. um, there's sometimes that I can't work with some stones. I'm really careful with opal. I know I've shared this with you last time. It really, unless I'm ready to do some self-evaluation and some self-work and look at myself and be emotional, let go of trauma. That's great for letting go of trauma, but we don't want to always be in the process of letting go of trauma. Sometimes we have to be in a different space. So then we put the opals away so that we don't have to connect that strongly to those emotions.
I have
You
a
know,
hint for opal work though that someone told me years ago that I found works for most people. If you'll take the raw opals, they haven't been finished, they're uncut, and put them into a storage unit with water and carry it with you in the water container, it makes the process a lot smoother. It's not as brilliant in your face.
gotcha. Yeah, that may work. I don't know. I know that when we cut opals, we use water the entire time. There's no way to cut an opal without a lot of water anyway. Like you have to have it because
wow,
they're
wow.
they're so fragile, you know.
All right, we're going to do
Um,
mine a little different. I
okay.
have 2 stones I want, and I want you to pick the third.
Okay.
I want the piece of jewelry, I want the petrified wood, and then you pick the third one.
Okay. I'm gonna use the same technique that I used with Elizabeth with my left hand. Okay. Okay, man. That's what it is.
What is it?
I pulled the snowflake obsidian out, and I really kind of feel like the obsidian, like I said, it's fighting. And I'm like, was that just like kind of, and I put it down again, and I chose it again, like, you know, it might be okay. Let's just look at this rock. And why is this rock choosing her when she just said obsidian falls apart on her?
Because it wants to fight.
Yes. Opposition is something you kind of need, Deb. So anytime opposition is in your life, it will strengthen you. It kind of drives you forward. Anytime someone tells you no, that's when you want to do that thing. You are drawn to challenges, and you almost can't help yourself when it comes to doing something that it's opposite defiant disorder almost. Like it's that. And I really feel like that's why I was drawn to this stone, is because you are this rebel, man. You're smart. You're not some crazy rebel, but you tend to not really pay attention to what the world thinks is the right or wrong thing. You're going to do what the heck you want to do. And maybe that's why this obsidian does resonate with you, and why I chose it twice, even
Well,
though I
maybe the
was like,
snowflake softens it a little bit. Don't you think the snowflake softens it?
I think it does a little, but I also think that It does soften it. It makes it easier to break, to be honest, than just plain obsidian.
Oh,
Because those are kind of inclusions in glass.
right, right. That makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool.
Maybe there is something to that, though. I kind of just want to like give you an obsidian to wear and see what happens.
But it's interesting because I just had this kind of process that I went through last month, that every great thing I have done or has resonated as a beautiful thing in my life was because someone told me I couldn't have it, or I couldn't do it, or I shouldn't do it. It was the wrong thing to do, and I said, "Fuck you! I'm doing it."
Yes.
And then it started like in second grade. It started in second grade, and it's always been a beautiful thing for me, though. It's always been a success and something I really enjoyed, and it's been a benefit. So, it's not like I'm out there rebelling for the sake of rebelling, but I am, because I don't do things normally. So, does that make sense?
You don't like weakness. You don't like you don't like it. And if someone tells you you can't do a thing, then in your brain that translates, and I am weak in this, and until I can do that thing that they say I can't, I have to prove that I can do it. So I'm no longer weak.
Okay, I'm just so disgusted with you because it's like you're exposing me here. Stop it. Because it's true. Once I do something and I do it and I have proven I can do it, I'm usually done with it unless it's really something I'm really, really in love with. Like I really like being a private investigator, so I've done it for many years. I really like working in mental health, so I've done it many years. Other things, I went and got, I didn't get my black belt, but I almost did. But I reached a point where I was fighting only black belts, and I said, I'm done with this. There's nothing left to prove here. I know what I can do here. And I was done, so.
Huh, that's really interesting. I had no idea. What martial arts did you do?
Taekwondo in the Dragon School with the Ericksons, which was one of the first Taekwondo schools in the area and in Texas. They're really well known, and they were lovely people. And I matched their son with my best friend, and they got married, and it was awesome. So.
I had no idea. Wow, that's we learn things all the time, I guess, about Deb, because she's got a crazy life. She's done all sorts of things. Well, the petrified wood, this is a rock that is near and dear to me. It's about safety and security. Right now, Deb is focused on that too. I already know that just because I'm her best friend, that safety and security is of the utmost importance to her for her family. So a person that wears this stone is not really going to be focused maybe on their own personal safety. They care about everyone else around them, and they feel that they must be the tree. They must be the thing that puts their arms around everyone and make sure that they are safe. And the reason why you chose this is because this is where you're at in your life. This is the phase you told me this yesterday. However, here we are today, and it absolutely is a part of your reading where your family is coming first in all your decisions, and you're thinking about safety. So this little stone right here, that's a halite. The trade name, and there's like a lot of different names for stones that people use to sell them. There's no FDA of stones, so people can rename them anything they want to sell them. And a lot of times, and I'm just letting people know, this is a little bit of stone knowledge, they'll call it white buffalo turquoise.
Right.
And there's no such thing as white turquoise. There is halite, and that's what this is. So halite is also the stone that they use they'll dye it turquoise and try to pass it off. You can always tell a halite from, I wish I had a turquoise here, then I could show you the difference, and you guys can use that for when you're purchasing stones. But the halite is going to have a lot more geometric shape in it. They're going to be larger. um, clearer lines, where turquoise will be like almost bursts of black in it, like a sunburst, instead of these clear lines like howlite will have. Anyway, the howlite is on its own amazing and spiritual, magical stone. And turquoise, of course, has a lot of power to it. But howlite's about, which is really odd that you chose this stone, is about getting quiet. It's
Oh.
about, because we know Deb is not quiet. She is anything but quiet. But
You can be quiet internally, though, while you're still externally engaged, okay? It takes a lot of work.
okay, well, you know what? I don't even know anything about that. Like, maybe I need to learn about that.
I'll teach you.
It's about some. It might be that you've done some serious soul searching lately, and looked at yourself in a critical light, and you've backed away from your normal routine and just really dug in and tried to find what it is that kind of makes you tick so that you can grow and become better. A lot of times people will wear howlite when they're going through a self-discovery or growth. Are you becoming a lesbian? No.
Okay.
Like, this is the kind of stone, anytime that you're going through you would choose for self-examination. Now, did any of these three stones resonate with you more than the other?
Well, you know, the thing about it is that copper always draws me. And that's the reason I picked the jewelry. It didn't matter what the stone was in the jewelry. I had to have the copper in my reading. I had to.
Okay. Yeah. And that's all about healing. It's also about getting over pain too, because copper is used for relieving pain, especially joint pain. So if you're experiencing joint pain, Elizabeth, if you're experiencing neck stuff, then a copper chain may be really important for you right now. Like, you would be surprised at how quickly that works. So,
well, actually, I used to have a lot of copper. I kind of got away from it for a while, but it's kind of coming back in. You know, little by little, it's coming back into my world. We're using copper for a lot of our stuff. Anyway, I know the power and properties of copper is like something for, I forgot that it was for joint pain. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. It's also, I think, the easiest for conducting the energy of the stone. That's why I tend to use it so much, even though I do gold and silver. Some people, they need that. But the copper will conduct the stone's energy a lot easier to you. So anyway.
Right.
I use copper for
that
my
makes sense.
rods too, because they're just easier to work with. I've got silver and I've got wood, but I always use my copper, and I've even got where Scott makes them with copper handles,
Oh, yeah.
Because they're just easier to work with. They respond better. They're more sensitive.
That makes sense.
And that is so fun. I can have you on every day. This is cool.
That was fabulous. That was awesome.
Well, thank
Seriously,
you.
this is fantastic.
Oh, Sunny, Betty's got a question from one of our listeners. What you got, Betty?
Actually, I want to give a great shout out to Vicki High and Letitia Barron.
Letitia, Miss Letty, hello. Oh, Vicki, Dr. Vicki, absolutely.
Yep. So, Sunny, what is the group takeaway? Now that you looked at all of us individually, what's the group takeaway for us, do you think?
You ain't gonna like it.
I don't care.
Okay, so the group takeaway here is that I feel like this group will evolve and change. I don't feel like it's set in stone. And the reason I'm saying that, and I could be totally wrong, but I feel like Gail, she feels called to do something a little bit different. Right now she's here, but it might be that there is a time where she has to kind of pull away from the group for a bit to be able to focus on some other things in her life. Now, that's coming, and or maybe it's already here, something that she's thinking about now. And sometimes I'll pick up on something like that, like this shift that she's having.
Right.
With Elizabeth, she's got to be able to lead right now and be fully in her power. Like, not, she doesn't lead with a big stick either. She's actually understands that the power of being a leader. She's, but she's got a lot of different arms out and doing a lot of different things, and her life is taking off. This is part of it, though. This is something that is maybe the catalyst for the change that she's getting ready to go through. Deb, you too have a lot of stuff that's going on, and there's a lot that you've put into this. Right now, it's giving you a purpose, and you have found strength in having this happen, especially every day. It's something you can count on, and you are growing by doing it. But that's just what I see with you guys. Y'all are going in a lot of different directions, and y'all stick together, but there is sometimes where one of you are going to have to go off and do other things and come back. So there's that.
Well, I don't think that's negative. And why would we not like that? I mean, it just shows that we're all growing, but we're supporting.
Yes, yeah, and ultimately, I think that you do that. Y'all support each other so much, but you all love it too. So it would be hard to stop or to feel like you'll, especially Elizabeth. She's always going to figure out how to make this continue. Because there's a lot of stuff that's jumping off of this, I guess. I don't know. I see it as a diving board. Like, this is a diving board.
You said that. Okay, so we did not talk about this yesterday. I'm putting this on video. I want this documented. I have already put together a concept for a second show. We're doing the book. You didn't know about the book because I've asked you to be in the book. Yeah, I know about that.
No, ask me to be in it.
We're doing a second show, but I have 4 other shows that I'm developing the concepts for right now for the next year outside of this one. So some of us will be involved in all of it. I mean, and some of us, all of us, well, I'm saying that backwards. We will be involved in some of it, and then some of us will be doing other things. Does that make sense? And of course, it's everybody's free will to do whatever they want to. But I see so many possibilities. I'm just going to use this as the launching pad. We have a second show starting toward the end of this year. It's called Unfinished Business.
Now, you told me about this, and I'm so excited about this, and I cannot wait. I want to do something in it. I don't know what. My gosh, I want to be a part of that, though, because ghosts are my shit right there. That's like...
I'll get you some ghost toilet paper so we don't run out.
Yeah.
I have a question, Sunny. What is a good stone for people who are in radio? Do you have a certain stone for communication?
Oh, there's tons of different stones. I think out of this, it's going to be the lace agate, because it does deal with opening up the throat chakra. And that's
awesome.
A specific one, yeah. But there's all kinds.
Awesome.
I can do it, yes.
Do I need to open up my throat chakra? Do I need to open mine up?
No, we need to throw things in your mouth to close it down. No. No. No, I think you're good.
Oh, so I don't need to open up my throat chakra.
I think you're good. I think yours is wide open.
Did you just call me deep throat? Is that what you just said?
There's something wrong with you, Deb. But you know, I was just coughing and I stuck it on my throat and instantly I felt soothed.
Yeah,
You know,
that's cool.
that's really interesting.
That's very cool.
Wow.
That is very cool. I just love this.
Well,
This is-
I got to go to the crystal store. I got stones to buy.
You got stones to buy. As long as you don't throw them at me. Don't you
I
think
do.
it's interesting, though, that that was one of the first forms of punishment was stoning people? I've always found that kind of a contradiction, you know, because of the energy of the stones and all of that, and then to turn them into something negative. That's always fascinated me. It tells me those people were really out of touch with
It's a
energy,
thought.
you know? All right, so Sonny, tell people how to get a hold of you to get launched into all this fascinating information and your wonderful jewelry and everything else that you do.
You can follow me on Facebook. That's usually the best way to get in contact with me. I don't have a lot of pages. I'm also on the Now You See Me on Etsy. If that's the name of it. Now You See Me.
Cool.
Oh, that's right.
cool.
That's right.
And
Very cool.
you can find my jewelry there, and you can message me on Facebook. That's really the best way. And there's only one of me on Facebook. I'm Stacy or Sunshine Wrocklage, and that's with a W.
Yep. Well, thank you for being available to me on such
This
short
was
notice.
awesome.
It was
This
fun.
was awesome.
I had so much fun.
I love this concept. I love this concept. This is brilliant. This is brilliant.
And remember, people,
One
she
more-
can do this virtually at parties for you guys.
I
If you-
can.
Yes.
All
Yeah, I
Yes.
love to do parties. That's what I do. I'm an entertainer as well as a psychic, and I love rocks. So I would love for someone to, next time you want to have a party and you need a unique idea that nobody else is doing, because I'm the only one that's doing rock readings, please contact me, and I'll be happy to quote you a price and get you all set up for an event.
Cool.
Cool. Love it, love it, love
Wow.
it.
That is awesome.
It's very much appreciated, Stacy.
Thank you guys.
Thank
right,
you
guys.
so much.
All right, I'm going to let you go, sweetheart. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank
for the
you.
read. Thank you so much.
Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.